Welcome to the ArchiAssist Landscape Specification explanatory video. This video presents Fundamentals, the free sample specification, with its preamble, available from the website, has more detail. ArchiAssist is a high-quality master, which is very easy and fast to edit, saving time, fees, and stress, and gives on-site reliability. The content is common construction detail, which should not surprise a good builder. Content also aligns well with all construction contracts, because only construction detail is specified. And the construction detail specified is that used in all project sizes and types, which means you only need the one master specification. Editing is done manually on a Word doc. Manual editing has advantages over BIM-generated specifications, the biggest being that the designer can do a full materials audit from all the detail they look at during editing. Common sense innovations enable easy and fast editing. One is the read and delete system. Spec content is that which is universally accepted and common to Australian building sites. Just delete what is not in your project. It's that simple. You draw or schedule project-specific detail, which is the selections you make. People are most comfortable with drawings and schedules. Putting this detail in the spec is a cumbersome, time-consuming, mistake-prone process, and things tend to get buried. Your selected project-specific detail, separated from the universal construction detail in the spec, makes documentation and finding things easier. It also leaves the spec to be a true backup document. And not adding to the spec means that for all your projects, your specifications keep the authored format, creating a useful familiarity. Many other features facilitate editing ease and speed. For example, before starting, just read the 4-page guide and you are good to go. Also, the master is a single Word document, so just copy it from your computer master file to your project file to start. The master is very concise, so there is less to edit. A concise spec is also easier to read and navigate, and is more likely to be read. Another time saver is that items are specified in one place, generally requiring only one action to delete any of them. Let's now look at some specific features. The Landscape Master has 15 sections. Sections are element-based, not trade-based, because it is difficult to exactly define a trade, and with it comes a lot of detail overlap and repetition. Writers are advised to keep all 15 sections. If you have a section you don't need to use, for example, the demolition section, just keep the first 2 lines provided in that section which states the section's non-applicability, then delete the section content under that. Keeping all spec sections has 3 advantages. Firstly, editing is faster. Then you get familiar with the section numbering. And lastly, the builder knowing at the start what is not in the project avoids full document study to find this out. The first 3 spec sections are common sections, meaning the rest of the spec can't be read without them. Their detail applies to all trades. Having it in one place avoids repetition elsewhere. Common detail also occurs in each section, seen here in the timberwork section. It is presented as common clauses at the start of each of the 3 subsections. The common detail is referenced many times throughout the spec, including at the start of each section's subsections, and in each page header, which identifies important information. This focus on common and fundamental detail means a reader can't say they did not see it. Throughout the spec, the temporary tag TBC is used in easy-to-see italicized red font. These highlight important items and spec writer tips. Tags can also be used by the spec writer to highlight unresolved items. There is no hidden text. Descriptions are self-explanatory, aided by the TBC-tagged explanatory notes. Language used is simple for user-friendly editing and reading. Performance plain English descriptions of product or material attributes, without any manufacturer's names, are used in the spec. Products or materials described this way become contractor's selections, governed by the preliminaries contractor material selections. The superintendent can have the builder provide checking detail of anything relating to the contract, specified in the preliminaries superintendent compliant requests. Italicized defined words are used. This is done in industry contracts and in the NCC, but is rarely done in specifications, which is unacceptable. You need to know a defined word when you see it. Builder administrative items are submissions and notifications, identified by the words notify and submit, written italicized, bolded, all capped, so they stand out. Hold and witness points are not used. Instead, the superintendent is timely notified of a future inspection, and has the choice to act on it, not contractually bound to act, thus not being responsible for an extension of time claim if, due to unforeseen circumstances, they can't act. Specification complexity demands a repetitive, predictable format. All technical sections, that is, Section 2 onwards, have the same 3-subsection format. Subsection 1 has the same 5 clauses, each with the same leading content, and subsections 2 and 3 each lead with a common detail clause. Spec complexity also demands an effective navigation system. Readers often go straight to the section they think might have the detail they need, for example, in the timberwork section, to look through that section. With ArchiAssist, however, if the reader can't find the detail in their first quick search, they go to Referenced Documents at the start of that section to find it. The specification aims to be very reliable and safe, closing even little gaps that can lead to on-site disputes. To help achieve this, many defaults exist. These give a direction when a glitch is found, including when spec content conflicts with another document, or when documented site conditions differ from actual site conditions, or when a documented material can't be sourced. A range of other defaults exist in the specification. With all defaults, the builder, upon discovery of the fault, is to immediately notify the superintendent, and is to allow the default specified. Specifications are complex. They call up all the building detail, which can amount to many hundreds, likely thousands, of items. So, they need to be comprehensive and predictable, but also simple, practical, and user-friendly. ArchiAssist achieves all of this. All the best with your projects.